A lot of attention has been given to reducing carbon emissions on an EU level. I don't think enough attention has been given to climate adaptation, because now, unfortunately, with current policies, even if they were all implemented globally, it seems the world's committed to about 3 degrees of warming, if not more, with tipping points. The implications for Malta, I think, are very little known by Maltese people. We're not just talking about sea level rise and desertification, but the disruption to our supply chains, to our quality of life, the food, the water scarcity we're already dealing with. I don't think our policies really take any of this into consideration. It will be devastating for everyone on all levels of business, our quality of life. I don't see these policies being discussed. What can we do? What should we be doing to deal with this? Thank you.
You are right. What I can say is you have to change the political representatives. You have to push for as many, even in other parties, I'm not talking about, the people who are more conscious of our situation. Climate change means, this was already a study about 15 years ago, that countries like Malta, Turkey, Greece, southern Italy, etc., in 30, 40 years' time, this will be a bigger economic problem. Tourists will not come to Malta between May and September. It will be too hot, 42, 43. The new Mediterranean is going to be the Baltics, Britain, Belgium, where it will be 30 in summer. Here it will be 43, and it will be unbearable. And we have a living example of the ignorance of our political leaders in this case. Just now, Ta'ali, we have opened the biggest space park in Malta. What is it? Turf. British turf. British turf, which is the biggest sucker of water, which we don't have. Okay? And what is it going to be used for? We are going to have Ed Sheeran coming for a concert. So we have all this turf, which is going to cost us enormously. It's not endemic. To keep it living, to have then 20,000 people stepping on it. And I bet you my nose that the last mass meeting for before the elections will be held in this new park of Ta'ali. And can you imagine the turf over there? This is today. So what climate change mitigation? There is no thought. So I'm sorry, you have to get idiots like me who are talking maybe pie in the sky, but it's reality. That should have been left shrubs, local things, parks, a park, gazebo, and hot dog vendor, and toilet, and portable toilet, and the bungees going up and down. Is this a park? For Malta, this is a park. And if you have a Torba pathway, oh, red tiles, yellow tiles, and a blue tiles, this is the issue. I'm sorry, you want of the same? I tell you no. And to use my slogan, if you want to change, it's a chance. Okay? You will see my new posters coming up with that.
Not much to add to that, but I think the biggest risk when we speak about all the climate change and related environmental measures is that when they come to Malta, then they are used like a checklist, check the box exercise. One clear case of this is the EPC certificate. So basically, any property that you're going to buy for the last years, now you are obliged by the notary to do a certificate of energy performance of the building, but that has led to no change at all in our building industry, no change at all in our energy performance efforts. So, and this is the huge risk that we have when we speak about EU in all these instances, is that the government will turn them into a check the box exercise. I am a supporter of the Green Deal when it comes to targets. I am also always focusing that it has to be a deal for Malta. So we need to make sure that the cost, the compliance cost for us, given that we are an island, is not disproportionate for our communities, because I want the Maltese people to embrace, the fight against climate change. Now, once again, as Arnold illustrated it in a very funny way. We must invest a lot in awareness and in education. And this is basically the first building block that we are missing. You know, in our schools, in our education, we are skipping this, and then it's too late when you are a teenager. It's too late when you are started working. You know, to make up for this. So if you see how people think in Malta and how people think in other places in Europe, this is the missing link. And here again, it's a case for empowerment, for organizations, for NGOs to play a bigger role, and EU funding can help in that. EU funding, simplified EU funding, can help in that.
Sadly, we've had governments with short-term policies, and that didn't work for what is going on when it comes to climate change. Just look at the state of our roads and how are they being built. Apart from the quality, just look that they don't have in mind people who use bikes, people who walk, the state of our pavements. I mean, if we had a forward-looking government, not a government with the idea that, oh, the roads are there for the cars, we could get people to not use their car as much as they do, and that would help with the quality of air. Also, we instead of spending 1 million a day on subsidies for energy, we could invest them in solar panels. I'm a teacher, I work in a school. Why does this school that have no solar panels? Whole areas of parking covered in solar panels. Why isn't it being done? I mean, we have the main an energy, something like the sun, which could be used 365 days a year, and we're totally neglecting it. And we could start just from the basics, and that could help with our quality of air, our quality of life. Sometimes when it comes to climate change, being a small country, I think that we just like, oh, leave it to the other countries, we'll do our own thing, and then the other big countries, they do their own thing. But I believe every single one of us is affecting it. So having a forward-looking government who actually has the environment so hard, which I don't think we have, is a very important point for us here in Malta. Because it's to a certain extent, the rules we have in the EU, it's pointless if the government we have here is doing the total opposite. So it's time that when you vote green, you vote for green-minded people, so that every one of us can live a healthier life and have a better quality of life.